Breaking news on CBS2 News at 5. A teenage shark attack victim is describing what happened to him.
CBS2's Jeff Vaughn is in the newsroom with that new interview. Jeff?
Well, he was bitten by a shark and needed stitches, but he didn't take an ambulance to a hospital. 19-year-old Nick Wapner is from Palos Verdes. He was surfing yesterday near Morro Bay, about 100 yards offshore, when that shark attacked.
I was just laying on my board, and next thing you know, all of a sudden my feet just went straight up in the air, and I just felt like this tremendous pressure around my ankles and my legs. And then I looked, and it was just this massive shark. He came up and then nicked this whole part of my ankle. This was the left side of his jaw.
At Wapner's board shows the bite marks from the shark's jaw, and the rubber boot he was wearing has a hole sliced right into it from the shark's teeth. So how did this Cal Poly San Luis Obispo student get away from that shark?
I was just laying on my board, and next thing you know, all of a sudden my feet just went straight up in the air, and I just felt like this tremendous pressure around my ankles and my legs. And then I looked, and it was this massive shark. He came up and then nicked this whole part of my ankle. This was the left side of his jaw.
That young man is very lucky. He got 50 stitches in all. They didn't even call an ambulance. Wapner's friends at the beach just drove him to the hospital themselves. Now, Wapner says he thinks the shark was about 15 feet long. And get this, he says the very second he can, well, he'll be back in the water. Live in the newsroom, I'm Jeff Vaughn. Sharon, Jeff, back to you.
Hard surfers. All right.
I guess you figure lightning doesn't strike twice, huh?
Yeah.
Breaking news, teachers in the LAUSD are marching toward a new strike date. Tomorrow's planned walkout has been postponed. Tomorrow's planned walkout was postponed, at least for now.
Right, indeed. CBS2's Dave Lopez is live in downtown LA with the latest on the showdown between teachers and the school district. Dave?
Well, we're waiting a news conference, a briefing, if you will, for from the members of the UTLA. Those union represents the school teachers. The good news today is that they bargained. They bargained for almost 4.5 hours, I am told, from noon to about 4:30, with just very little break. They bargained even though the superintendent was out in Sacramento trying to get more money for the district. We can tell you the headline of the day, of course, is the fact that the strike will not happen tomorrow. It will not happen on Friday. Right now, the new target date is Monday, and there will be a court hearing tomorrow in downtown Los Angeles, and there's a possibility the judge may rule that Monday also will not be the start date. Now, all of this was precipitated by the union. The union is the one that went to court on this, and the union was the one that made the call, let's not strike until Monday. Basically because they did not want to go out on strike tomorrow and have the school district go to a court and say, wait a minute, they didn't give us proper notification, and then the strike be called off. It's a very, very important thing for the members of the union to have what they call momentum, and they didn't want that to be a momentum breaker. So it was the union that went to court today and said, let's wait until Monday. Again, the judge will make a decision on tomorrow morning, or she may postpone it, but that will be the determination factor. The district is claiming that the union did not give them enough notification. So for now, the big news, no strike tomorrow, no strike on Friday, and a possibility on Monday. That's the new target date. Behind me, there were a number of people here. Let's see if we can go. They're all off to the side out of camera view now. These are all members of the bargaining team, bargaining committee. We're waiting for the president of the UTLA to come down. That is Alex Caputo Pearl. We don't expect an announcement that there was an agreement made today, maybe way off on that, but like I said, everyone that I've talked to said that the negotiations went for about 4.5 hours. We don't know if there's going to be more negotiations tomorrow or not. All of this will be answered, of course, at around 5:15. Then at 5:30, I am told that the superintendent, who just flew back in from Sacramento with the school board president, Monica Garcia, they will also have an availability to see if Sacramento is going to open up their coffers and maybe give more money to the school district. One other thing to keep in mind, if there is a strike and walkout, the way the funding goes in the state of California, the school districts that are Title I, and most of the schools in LA are Title I, they get $500 a day in tax revenue per student that is in class. So let's say, for example, the strike causes 50% drop. they lose 50% of that revenue. So that also is a determining factor, I think, to weigh in if the strike goes on. So we will give you a thumbs up when they come out to make a statement at 5:15. For now, I'll send it back to you. I'm Dave Lopez, CBS2 News, live from the school board headquarters.
All right, good to know, Dave. Thank you. We want to know just how this potential strike is affecting you and your family.
So if the LAUSD teachers walk off the job, would you send your children to school or would you keep them home? Go to our website, CBS LA, and take our interactive poll.
You can also go to our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. And while you're there, tell us about your situation and what a strike could mean to you and your family.
Okay, we have breaking news, and we're told that a pretty high-end car has met the wrong end of a building.
Yeah, let's go to Stu Mundell and see what's going on. Stu?
Well, that's right. It is a Ferrari, and it is happening out here at the 22800 block of Victory Boulevard, Fallbrook area. You can see that Ferrari right there. Apparently lost control somehow, went up on the curb, took out a bunch of newspaper stands. Did it strike the building? It may have basically just touched the side right there. Right now, PD is here. The police department is here. They are talking to the driver. No injuries. The tow truck just arrived. Live in Sky 2 over the Fallbrook area. I'm Stu Mundell. Back to you two in the studio.
Stu, thanks very much. There is a big wave warning up and down the California coastline today.
Look at that.
Man, people on the beach estimated those waves 10 to 20 feet. This is in Redondo Beach today. Earlier today, a woman was knocked off the breakwater by one of those waves. She had to be rescued by lifeguards. They are warning people, you have got to stay off the rocks out there and stay out of the water unless you are not just good, but an expert surfer.
Yeah.
That is so scary.
You know, I was up by the Seven Gables up north one time.
Yeah.
And it was big waves like that, 15, 20-foot waves, and I actually saw somebody get swept off the jetty. Yeah, you
so
got to be
dangerous.
careful. Stay off the jetties. You get these rogue waves, and that's it. And then you get slammed back into the jetty, and that makes it even worse. 60 degrees right now. Good afternoon, everybody. Winds are calm. Beautiful out there right now. A little warmer today than we were yesterday at this time. You can see, look at that. San Bernardino, 68, 53 Lancaster, 41 in Big Bear. The big surf is going to continue on for us. Be vigilant, especially you get up to the north, too. There's some big ones happening up towards the county line and up to the north as well. 58 degrees LAX. 61 into Santa Ana. So we're still tracking rain right now. It's going to be kind of an off and on event for several days. Will it affect the playoff game for the Rams the weekend and next week as well? We'll tell you all of that when we get back together again coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you guys.
All right, Gar, thanks.
Day 19 now, the government shutdown, and politicians who are supposed to be solving the stalemate spent most of the day calling names instead.
Yeah, CBS2 political reporter Dave Bryan. It was like a tale of two meetings outside the White House today.
It really was, and I can tell you that the negotiations in this case are going about as well as the LAUSD strike negotiations, which is to say, not good at all. Right. Republican leaders say Democrats didn't want to make a deal, while Democrats say it's the Republicans who are blocking a deal. And while the back and forth continues, 800,000 federal workers face their first payday without a check since the shutdown began. Democratic leaders emerged from the White House yet again with no solution to the partial government shutdown.
Federal workers will not be receiving their paychecks, and what that means in their lives is tragic in terms of their credit rating, paying their mortgage, paying their rent, paying their car payment, paying their children's tuition, and the rest. The president seems to be insensitive to that. He thinks maybe they could just ask their father for more money.
That was a jab at the president whose dad once gave him millions. Democratic leaders also accused Mr. Trump of refusing to make a deal.
He sort of slammed the table, and when Leader Pelosi said she didn't agree with the wall, he just walked out and said, "We have nothing to discuss."
President Trump tweeted that the meeting was, quote, a total waste of time, end quote. Afterwards, Vice President Mike Pence and Republicans emerged, and they say the president is standing firm on his demands for a border barrier.
There will be no deal without a wall. There will be no deal without the priorities the president has put on the table.
The president then turned to the speaker and politely asked her, "Okay, Nancy, if we open the government up in 30 days, could we have border security?" She raised her hand and said, "No, not at all."
Earlier, President Trump was on Capitol Hill to rally Senate Republicans.
There was no discussion about anything other than solidarity. We want national security and border security.
Furloughed government workers joined Democrats on Capitol Hill this morning to say enough is enough.
We want this shutdown lockout to end this very minute.
But with both sides dug in on opposite sides of a border barrier, there still seems to be no end in sight. Now, President Trump is traveling to Texas tomorrow to visit the southern border. He says he's still considering declaring a national emergency in order to get funding from the Department of Defense to build the border wall or barrier, whatever you want to call it. Sharon, Jeff, back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you. Also tonight, President Trump is threatening to cut federal funding to help California fight wildfires and to help California fire victims.
Today, he tweeted this. Billions of dollars are sent to the state of California for forest fires that, with proper forest management, would never happen. Unless they get their act together, which is unlikely, I have ordered FEMA to send no more money. It is a disgraceful situation in lives and money.
Well, that tweet came one day after Governor Gavin Newsom pledged $105 million for wildfire prevention. That's on top of the $200 million approved by state lawmakers last year. Governor Newsom has been a frequent critic of the president.
And you know what? He has a Twitter account, too, and here's how he used it. He said, disasters and recovery are no time for politics. I'm already taking action to modernize and manage our forests and emergency responses. The people of California, folks in paradise, should not be victims to partisan bickering.
And speaking of President Trump's threat to cut FEMA funding, not good news for California fire victims. CBS 2's Amy Johnson is live in Oak Park, where she talked to two homeowners affected by the Woolsey fire. Amy?
Well, Sharon and Jeff, sites like this are unfortunately all too common here in Oak Park. Home destroyed by the Woolsey fire, and now there could be even more loss for the people who lost their homes to the fire or had their homes damaged by the fire. FEMA aid could be cut.
It was really scary to see it at our home.
Linda Ridnor is talking about the night the Woolsey fire made its way to her Oak Park home. The flames were captured on their security cameras.
We had flames going straight up, which we saw on our camera. And look at the tree.
Linda's husband Steve showed us some of the damage, most of it to their backyard and their roof that is now covered in plastic.
The roof was on fire, yeah, and other areas too, of course, the backyard and the side and the front.
They credit a neighbor for saving their house, but others in their neighborhood were destroyed.
Well, we applied for FEMA. They said, their letter said that we will not get approved until we got rejected by the SBA.
They have a new concern now that President Trump has threatened to cut FEMA aid for California's wildfires.
This isn't a federal land where you see most of your forested areas around California. This was a state responsibility area and local responsibility area where the majority of the firefight occurred.
Captain Tony Imbrenda is with the LA County Fire Department.
At the wildland-urban interface, and this is where residential structures butt right up against brush areas, and those residential areas become involved in fire due to ember cast when there's high winds, like the high pressure wind event that was on the fire at the Woolsey incident.
The Ridnors worry if FEMA aid doesn't happen for them or their neighbors and is cut entirely.
It's a little scary not knowing if we're going to get the money we need to make all the repairs to make us whole again, you know, to the way it was before the fire.
And the Ridnors say it's still not clear whether or not they will receive any FEMA aid. Reporting live in Oak Park, Amy Johnson, CBS 2 News.
All right, Amy, thanks.
Amy, thanks very much. And now we are going to take you to a live news conference. This is the UTLA out in front of the LAUSD headquarters down on Beaudry. They are going to kind of give us an update of what has happened today. Keep in mind, as they're getting ready, that Austin Buettner just got back from Sacramento trying to find more money. Here's what they have to say.
Okay, we're all coming out and we're closing the door.
All right, looks like they're waiting for us is what I think is happening here.
Yeah. You said Austin Buettner and Monica Garcia just came back from Sacramento. In fact,
okay.
Oh, let's listen in.
Good afternoon. I'm here with the UTLA bargaining team, which includes classroom educators and counselors and folks who have a lot at stake in everything that's going on now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple of punchlines, then Elementary Vice President Gloria Martinez is going to do those in Spanish, and then I'm going to come back and give a couple more details, and then we'll do questions after that. So first I'll just start off with that you all know from this morning that the strike date has changed from January 10th to January 14th. We felt that this was very important to do to provide clarity to the city of Los Angeles and all of the hundreds of thousands of people who would be affected by a strike if we have to strike. Especially parents who are doing planning, families who are doing planning, etc. We want to assure our members are great. We've got teachers at all levels, we've got counselors, we've got librarians, we've got school psychologists, etc., who are so invested in this fight to protect public education and actually expand the quality of public education. Our members are so invested that I want to assure our members that this little delay does not in any way indicate a lack of resolve. This delay was done because we want to be prudent and smart about our union and our organization. We've done everything legally in this process of bargaining throughout. We're going to attempt to continue to do that. And so we wanted to do the responsible thing when we didn't hear from the court, to try to wait to hear from the court. And that meant postponing the strike date to Monday, October 14th. But in no way does this indicate a lack of resolve. In fact, we are more resolved than ever to fight for what our students need in class size reduction, in more counselors, more nurses, and all of the things that we're fighting for. Today in bargaining, we did not see seriousness on the part of the school district to try to resolve this contract struggle. In fact, Austin Buettner was not at the session today, and Vivian Ekchian was not at the session today. When those heavy hitters on the district side are not on the other side of the table, there is a lack of seriousness. Yes, it's important to do work in Sacramento. We do a lot of work in Sacramento, and we have for years, and we're going to continue to do that. But we don't go to Sacramento when we are a day or a couple of days away from a potential strike. We focus on Los Angeles at that point. So we were not impressed with the seriousness on the part of the district. There were some fundamental credibility issues that were raised around numbers that the district is using that were surfaced today. I'll give you a couple of examples. The chief financial officer.
Okay, you're listening to Alex Caputo-Pearl. He's the president of UTLA, and I think you pretty much get the gist of what their opinion is, what their position is.
Yeah. They basically are explaining why they postponed the strike. They said that they are by no means backing down on their demands or sticking to them. The delay is basically to help parents prepare for this.
It's also because they didn't electronically submit their filings to the court by 10 a.m. the way the judge wanted, so they're still waiting for a judge to rule on whether they've given enough notice for their strike. So at this point, it looks to be Monday, if there is going to be one.
At 5:30.
Yeah, I was going to say.
The LAUSD will explain why or what at what point these talks are, and we will get to them as soon as they come on camera. Yeah. In the meantime, we continue on with the other news today. Today marks 1 year since the deadly mudslides that devastated Montecito.
The flash flood's right there! Get out of here, go! Oh my God, Mom! Close the door!
Oh boy, nearly 24 people died. More than 100 homes destroyed when that wall of mud and debris poured out of the hills. 2 children are still considered missing. CBS 2's Chris Holmstrom is live in Montecito, where those victims are being remembered tonight. Chris?
Jeff and Sharon, it's hard to believe it's been 1 year since that mud flow tore through this town, but for people in this area, it's something that they clearly remember. And as you mentioned tonight, it's all about remembering the 23 people who were killed.
It was the early morning hours of January 9th, 2018. Out of nowhere, heavy rains caused a massive mud debris flow, boulders slamming into homes, vehicles, and people. This was just a few weeks after the Thomas fire.
And now a year later, unfortunately, it still looks like a war zone.
This is the aftermath. Empty lots where houses used to be, boulders scattered throughout town, and stains of mud showing just how high it got.
I saw a tsunami of mud come in my house, coming towards us. I said, oh my goodness, that's going to kill us.
But aside from the destruction, 23 people were killed, 2 of their bodies never found, something this community continues to struggle with.
It's sad. It's very, very sad because people died. 23 people died. And I mean, I live right in this neighborhood where there's a creek, and still one of the mothers is looking for the remains because there's 2 people who haven't been found. And she was in my creek with people looking still.
Yeah, so much heartbreak out there. Now, the candlelight vigil is expected to start at 6:30, followed by a procession. We will be there and bring you the very latest. Reporting live from Montecito, I'm Chris Holmstrom, CBS 2 News.
Chris, thanks very much. We can't forget that. And Garth, we still have burn areas we worry about every time you call for rain.
Yeah, well, we've been getting it at a reasonable kind of rate, but certainly we hope for the best as we move on. And we're going to get this showery pattern now going to start to begin for us as we head out over the next several days. And each and every time we get some of this rain through the area, we keep a real good eye on where the cold air is, because that will give us some thunderstorm activity. Right now, things looking pretty good for us. We're starting to slip a little clouds in. 60 degrees in Studio City. Same for downtown LA. Good afternoon, everybody. 41 up in the Big Bear. 53 Lancaster. You can see it's nice out there. We're certainly a little bit warmer than we were yesterday at this time. We hit 67 today, just about average. So there's a low pressure area. Here's the front. It's kind of washing out as it comes south. So we're okay today, I believe, for the burn areas. Not so much of an issue down there today, but we'll start to see more systems riding up on the heels. So let me show you what's going to happen. We're going to check out Thursday. We're all right on Thursday. By Friday, you can see the rain approaching towards our burn areas as well. Late Friday night into Saturday, we'll watch the rain move through. We should get a break Saturday afternoon. Now, this rain on this first one could get some thunderstorm activity as well. So it's possible to see some action happening towards the burn areas. As we get closer, we'll continue to keep eyes open to see if we get any flash flood watches. But then as we roll into Sunday, you can see more rain moving our way. This low has a lot of energy with it, and there it is sweeping itself in Sunday into Monday. It kind of leans back. That's a negative tilt. When that happens, we get that flow out of the south-southwest. That's where we can start to pick up more rain, a couple of inches possible, up towards Ventura County into those areas as well, all the way in through Monday. So we've had breaking news. Let me show you the 7-day. Even though I'm showing you clouds all the way through, there'll be breaks in the action. And then as we get to next Tuesday and Wednesday, that's another system I'm really concerned about. But let's deal with the game of foot here, and that'll be this first weekend as we try to make it through. Like I said, I think Saturday, we pick it up Friday night, Saturday morning. For the game, by the way, things should be drying out at that point. It'll be chilly out there, so we'll get breaks in the action, you guys. Snow level's not low on this one. We get that southwest fetch coming in out of it. But you can see we're certainly unsettled for the good 5 days after we roll out Friday night into next week. We'll keep you updated. I know I wish I could give you more exact amounts, but it's a real guessing game until we get a little bit closer.
Garth, you know what I got today? You know what arrived?
What?
My snow cables.
Oh, good for you.
For my tires. That's
there you
right.
go.
Got to go up and start skiing. All right. Next at 5, another major retailer is in a struggle to survive.
Plus, why high-end designer Louis Vuitton is suing over this purse.